This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports here, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my wonderful peeps? Sports to the bone here again, man. Shout out to all the viewers, the subscribers, and the followers. Big up on yourself. Yeah, man, viewers and subscribers. So yesterday we had the first of 3 ODI games between West Indies and Sri Lanka. And coming off a T20 series victory, I am sure that a lot of persons around the Caribbean were actually waiting to see how well we would adapt and how well we would play the spins in the 50 over format. And I must say the guys, they didn't disappoint at all, viewers and subscribers. They actually went out and they played pretty well. Talking about bowling and batting, feeling wasn't too bad at all either. And, you know, we managed to put together a full performance that, you know, was a bit too strong for the Sri Lankans. Now, how the game went down yesterday, it was actually Sri Lanka that batted first. And, I mean, they got off to a flyer. When I say a flyer, they got off to a flyer. You know, they managed to reach up to, I think it was about 105 before they actually lost a wicket. Now, Ratney and Gully Telika, they actually had us to the sword in the opening couple of overs. You know, they actually got up to 105 before they lost a wicket. When I tell you, they were playing pretty well. You know, they played some shots, man. I was wondering if we weren't going to be able to take any wickets. And, you know, they played pretty well. I must hand it to them. The first 10, 11 overs, they were going pretty well. I mean, everything that we actually threw at them, they were able to counteract it. Azari Joseph, he got hit all over the place in the earlier part of the game. Same thing with our spinner, Hussein, Jason Hola. Everybody got some bad treatment, some rough treatment. Now, Pollard, he was able to come into the attack and, you know, start to give us hope when he had Ratney bowled and caught, you know, viewers and subscribers, because those two batsmen were looking pretty set. Now, that the removal of that player there, it sort of gave us a peep in to the Sri Lankans batting lineup. I mean, shortly after that, Telika, who was going pretty well after notching up a half century, he was given out obstructing the field. I mean, those who saw it, you know, you have your own opinion, but in my opinion, I doubt he was intentionally trying to obstruct Pollard, because what happened is that Pollard bowled the ball, you know, Telika played it down on the pitch. Pollard was trying to effect a run out, and Telika was actually backing up, and his foot touched the ball and pull it back, and Pollard appealed. You know, the umpire sent it upstairs, and the third umpire gave him out. But as I said, viewers and subscribers, in my opinion, I wouldn't judge him as obstructing the field there. It seemed a bit inconclusive to me, but at the end of the day, I am no umpire. I am just here talking and talking in front of a camera, right? So the umpires gave him out obstructing the field, and that sort of gave us a little stronghold on the game, because that meant we were going to be having 2 fresh batsmen at the crease. So after getting rid of both openers, Angela Matthews, he came and he was unable to effect to do anything much. Yeah, man, so he was removed pretty soon. I mean, Bandara, he came also and he was there batting. He batted pretty well. You know, he was able to score some runs, get the scoreboard ticking over and thing like that, because, you know, I am assuming that he was thinking that, boy, he would need to bat as deep as possible, if not bat throughout the innings. Seeing that Telika, Ratney, Angela Matthews would have come and would have gone so easy, so quickly. Also, Nissanka came and he didn't spend much time either. He was also removed and sent back to the dugout. So as you can imagine, a lot was left on Bandara to do. Now, generally speaking, out there on the field, it wasn't a bad performance at all. We had a couple of misfield, especially from Evan Lewis. He's somebody that is usually pretty good in the field, gets across, covers a lot of ground, you know, but he had a couple of misfield. One went for 4, and the other one allowed the batsman to actually, you know, get a couple of extra runs. But generally speaking, everything was pretty tight. You know, we all know how intense Pollard is as a captain, and he sets the standard and thing like that. Also our big all-rounder there, Shepherd, he had a couple of chances as regards to bowl and caught. I mean, the first one was a bit on the easier side. It was the ball was struck pretty firmly back towards him. He was unable to take the catch. The second one was a little bit harder, but albeit, at that level, you would probably expect him to at least grab one of them, but overall, the guys did pretty well. Jason Mohammed, he came in as a part-time spinner. He was able to take 2 wickets. Jason Hola, he was also very good, picking up 2 wickets also. Alzari Joseph, who bowled with pretty good pace, he was able to get a wicket in the latter part of the Sri Lankans innings. Yeah, man. So as I said earlier, it wasn't too bad. Darren Bravo, at one point in time, Darren Bravo and Alzari Joseph had a little back and forth because, apparently Joseph thought that Bravo wasn't giving enough in the field, to cut off a boundary and thing like that. So, but albeit viewers and subscribers, the guys did pretty well in the field. We can't even knock them too much because, we didn't get off to a good start and we were able to peg them back. I mean, after 105 for 1, we got them 112 for 2, 119 for 3, 126 for 4, 150, 1 for 5. Until we're able to bowl them out for 232 within the 50 overs. You understand? So it's not like they were able to bat out the 50 overs. We got them pretty well. You understand? We picked them back pretty well actually. And having said that, though, viewers and subscribers, I must commend the fielders and the bowlers, because in the earlier part they could have easily gotten frustrated when we were unable to break the opening partnership, but they kept it tight together. I didn't see anybody putting down their heads and thing, and we were able to bounce back because that is what we do. In that innings there, 3 Sri Lankans getting half century. And once again, guys, I'm going to say I'm not happy at all with how Gunetelika was given out. Not that I wanted him to go on to make a century, but I mean, in my eyes, he wasn't conclusive that he was obstructing the field. I mean, only the player himself will be able to know how much of that he was actually trying to do purposefully, but we didn't see him divert himself. We didn't see him make any sudden movement. He was just backing up on his foot, hit the ball. So as I said, viewers and subscribers, only the player will be able to know how much of that he actually meant. But personally, I wouldn't have given him out for that. I can understand the on-field umpire signaling the soft decision as out, but when he went up to the third umpire, the third umpire giving him out was a bit harsh based on how I saw it. You understand? Alright, so in our chase now, viewers and subscribers, I must say I was really surprised with how our batsmen went about it. Not even say our batsmen, because Shai Hope coming back into the team, I was expecting Shai Hope to sort of negotiate the spin a little better than some of our players. But Lewis, he actually surprised me. He changed his game, and in that opening partnership there, Shai Hope was actually the aggressor. Yeah, man, believe it or not, Shai Hope and Lewis batting, and Shai Hope was the aggressor. They were able to see off the pace bowlers in the earlier part there. When the spinners came on, we were able to, the spinners weren't able to tie us down. We managed to rotate the strike, tick the ball around, move the ball around, and we were able to get up to a good score. We got up to 40 odd, 50 odd, 60 odd, 70 odd. And when I noticed we were still going without the partnership, getting broken, I was saying, boy, yeah, man, seems as if we are onto something here. And they continued pretty well. Shai Hope brought up his half century. Lewis, he brought up his half century also, but he was eventually removed for 65. And usually when Lewis gets out, I could complain and say, boy, it was a reckless shot, but he got a peach of a delivery. The pace bowler, he bowled actually a very quick delivery, a very quick Yorker, something that is not very hard, easy to negotiate and Lewis lost his wicket to that delivery. So I couldn't even beat him too much for losing his wicket like that, because he didn't know much about the delivery. He was actually beaten for pace. But losing Lewis, we were actually at 143 when we eventually lost Lewis. So you can imagine that we were well set going in search of 230 odd. But knowing West Indies and how much we would have collapsed, I was still saying that, boy, we need Shai Hope needs to continue batting, because right now, based on how I see it, when the ball is going to be getting older and the spinners will become more effective the older the ball becomes. So I was hoping that Shai Hope would stay there and bat deep. No, Hope, he was actually joined in by Darren Bravo, somebody that a lot of fans would agree that needs to go out and prove himself once again. We know that the talent is there, but he's no longer 22 or 23. So if he's going to be picked in this team, he needs to show what he's bringing to the fore. And we all know that Darren Bravo is capable of playing spin when he's in a good mind. You understand? And he was able to go out there. He got the score ticking over with Shai Hope. He played. I think he got a couple of sixes. About 2 sixes, but generally speaking, he was able to rotate the strike pretty well. And I mean, that is the type of player that I was talking about the other day that we need, not necessarily, especially in T20, not necessarily somebody that will always hit every ball for 6, but somebody that is able to accumulate runs, to play the ball pretty nicely and thing. Somebody like a Darren Bravo, even a Jason Mohammed, before those guys, Marlon Samuels, he used to do that pretty well for the team, rotate the strike, take over the score and thing like that. So Bravo, he came in and he partnered up pretty well with Shai Hope. Shai Hope played some pretty shots, got through the 60s, got through the 70s, the 80s, and was now into the 90s. And, they were actually trying to get him out. But he was able to conquer them, and he eventually brought up his 10th ODI century. So once again, we see Shai Hope being very consistent where ODI cricket is concerned. One would think that, we need to see him taking that sort of farm over to Test cricket. But where ODI cricket is concerned, once again, especially against the Sri Lankans, Shai Hope would have shown that, he is somebody that is not going to be easily conquered. And he brought up his 10th ODI century. I think he eventually got 110 of something like 133 balls, I think it was. Yeah, man. And, it showed that Shai Hope is in good touch. Yeah, man, going into this series, viewers and subscribers, it's actually good to see that we have gotten off to a good start. A couple of batsmen getting into some good form. Hope getting a century. Lewis getting a half century, and Bravo getting into the 30s, not out. You understand? So it's very good to see that our top order is kicking on. And I mean, we had a couple of batsmen that were still in the dugout that usually would expect runs from. We're talking about Pooran was yet to bat, Pollard was there, Jason Hola and Allen. Those are all players that we know can accumulate runs. But it's really nice to know that the openers and the number 3 and 4 batsmen were able to go out there, play off the little 200 and add and bring home the game for us. So we only lost 2 wickets that in the 2 openers, Hope and Lewis. Then Bravo and Mohammed, they were able to come together and play their game. They didn't have to do anything elaborate. They didn't have to play any shots that were actually risky, because we were in the driving seat. And, I'm really happy to know that we were able to get such a big win. So viewers and subscribers, going down into the second game, we need to wrap up this series as fast as possible. We don't want it to go down into the third game and we are wondering whether or not we are going to be able to clip the series. So coming into the going into the next game, we want the players to go out there, wrap it up, and going into the third game, we can be a little bit more relaxed, even though it would be nice to sweep this ODI series here. Man, viewers and subscribers. So once again, Shai Hope showing that here I am one of, if not the best batsman in the region when it comes on to this ODI format. looking in the future, towards the future, we want somebody like a Shai Hope to be playing ODI and Test cricket. You know, we want whatever mental problem he's going through as regards to the Test format. We want him to start that out because we can't have such a talented batsman and he's not able to play Test cricket. You know, we want him to be in the Test team. So hopefully we'll have a good ODI series. And, you know, going forward, we'll be able to include him back in the Test team because I am thinking that it will benefit us to have Shai Hope leading our batting lineup as regards to ODI and Test cricket. You understand? So hopefully we'll have a good series here. And, you know, going forward, things will improve. But there you have it, viewers and subscribers. West Indies coming out victorious in this first ODI game against Sri Lanka, managing to win by 8 wickets. So once again, congratulations to the guys. Viewers and subscribers, let me know what you think down there in the comment section about the game. Or were you satisfied? What you think about that Guniteleka obstructing the field decision there? Let me know what you think, guys. Sports to the bone. Keeping you informed. Please remember to like, share, leave us a comment. If you have not yet subscribed, guys, remember to subscribe to the channel. I'm out.